Yeah, so settle in. Taking the knees wide, big toes touch. Forehead's gonna rest down to the mat. Maybe today, although I don't know that they're doing that much construction across the street. When I was here Wednesday doing restorative, they were working on the roof of the church across the street. And they were kind of loud. All right, so wherever you landed, just let yourself really sink in. All right, so you feel the sit bones get nice and heavy towards the heels. Reaching long through the torso, so wherever the forehead lands, but just try to keep that length, and maybe even stretching the arms out a bit more in front of you. You can make it more active by coming up onto the finger pads if that makes sense for you. A lot of times with that, you just want to check in with the shoulders to make sure that they don't like squinch up around the ears. And always in this practice, this beginning piece is our opportunity to just tap back in, to feel your breath, to feel your body. To start to cultivate awareness so that we can take that with us wherever we go. And then start to make your way up onto hands and knees. So you're gonna find your way into a tabletop position, letting the wrists, elbows, shoulders line up, and then hips over the knees. And take your left arm, reach it long, and the right leg long behind. So you really wanna feel that internal rotation of your right thigh. And notice the head of the femur in relationship to your hip so that you're not pulling out of the hip, but you feel that gentle kind of like hug in. And in this pose, drawing everything in towards the center, in towards your navel. So it's core engagement, little stabilization, activation through the leg. One more full breath in. And then exhale, releasing the hand and knee down and moving over to the other side, taking your left or right arm, reach it nice and long, left leg long behind. From side to side, those subtle differences. Maybe feeling it in the body a little differently, more or less engagement from one side to the other. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release the hand and knee down. And start to make your way into down dog. So you might walk the hands forward a little bit or the feet back a little bit. Palms are pretty rooted into the mat. You want to feel where each finger comes in. So you're gripping in, almost like you're trying to grip a jar open. And as you press back, notice the shoulders. Let them, kind of come away from the ears a bit, but give that squeeze into the armpits so that you don't sink into the shoulder girdle or let the chest fall too much. And then lastly, your legs, right? Pulling yourself up and back, Connecting upper and lower body by some nice core engagement. And then take the left leg, reach it up to the sky, turn your hip up, bend the knee, press the sole of the foot over. You can give a little twirl in the ankle if that's good. Some of those big knee circles that I like doing if you want to get in there and get into that major hip joint. You can go one direction a couple of ways, flip it around, go the other. And then take the leg long, let your hip drop in. Bring the knee in toward your nose. Give it a nice squeeze and hover. And then take it back up to the sky. And then taking the left knee onto the left tricep above the elbow, a nice little squeeze. And then back up to the sky. And then bring it under the body over to the right, up to the elbow or higher if you can. And then back to the sky. And then this time, knee comes in, step the left foot to the top, sinking into your low lunge. So really pressing back, nice and long through the right leg, sink in to the left foot, hunker down. That little squeeze of the feet together, right? So that you really feel inner thighs turn on. You get a little longer through the heart, and then leaving your right hand connected. Take the left hand, reach it up, find your twist. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release the hand down. Go ahead and bring the right knee down, releasing the toes. Hands up under the left knee, sink down and forward. You can add the arms, you can start to lay back. And then come through center. Hands connect, you'll start to straighten through the left leg, fold over the left thigh. You can leave the sole of the foot connected for a few breaths, coming across the top of the shin. Maybe lift the toes, that takes it more into the hamstring. These transitions that we move through, right? So practicing together and then practicing separately, alone, virtually together, and now finding our mix the way back. And then start to walk the hands forward, curl your toes under, step yourself back to down dog. Come forward to a high push-up plank pose. And then shift, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Let your heart come through, little cobra pose. So the shoulders drop onto the back. Hands are pretty firm into the mat and almost like trying to pull yourself through so you get nice and active in the arms as well. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release down, press up and back, down dog. Take your right leg, reach it up to the sky, turn the hip up, bend your knee. And then again, if you want a little rotation in the ankle or those big knee circles, let it feel good. And then let the leg come long. So you're gonna square up the hips. Draw the knee in toward your nose, really rounding through the back body, hovering, and then take it back up to the sky. Right knee high up onto the right tricep, and then back up. Let it cross under the body to the left, trying to get at the elbow or maybe even a little higher. and then back. And then bring the knee in, step it forward. Low lunge, right side. So left leg's nice and long. You want to press back through the heel, hunkering into the right foot. That will have a squeeze. See if you can find that core engagement from there. Base of the perineum through the crown of the head. Leave the left hand connected. Right hand's going to reach up, find your twist. One more full breath in. Exhale, release the hand down, releasing the left knee to the mat now, hands up onto the right knee. You're always welcome to stay here in this spot. Bring the arms up, stretch the leg back. And then bringing yourself through center, hands will come down, straighten through the right leg as you fold over the right thigh, a few breaths maybe, sole of the foot connected. And then if it feels right, lifting the toes. Lock the hands forward. Curl your left toes under. Step yourself back. Down dog. Wave forward to that high push-up, shifting, lowering all the way down. One more cobra pose as the heart comes through. Nice full breath in. And then exhale, releasing down. Press up and back. Down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Gaze to the hands, step or float, coming to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, sweep up tall. And exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step yourself back, down dog. Come forward to a high push-up, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Gaze to the hands, step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, sweep up tall. Exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step yourself back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Gaze to the hands, step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees now, sitting back, chair pose, Uttanasana. So as you sink in, try to let the sit bones dip back so that the thighs come more parallel to the mat. You feel the engagement in the quads and the legs as you press in, draw the sit bones together, and then find a little more core engagement, lifting ribs up off the hips. So it wasn't really intentional for it to be, I don't even know what the temperature is in here, but I think Erica like turned the temperature off when she, so I don't think anything's been running since like Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm used to my cool basement now.
So as I'm sitting here and I'm like, huh, I got a little sweat dripping off my back.
You didn't tell us it was beeper music.
Didn't say it was gonna be hot. It really wasn't my intent. Take a nice full breath in. And exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Kneel halfway. Plant down, step yourself back. Down dog. Take the left leg, reach it long, bring it through. Bring the right foot down, and then come up warrior one. You know, by the end of class, I'll have like those nice little sweat rings.
Yeah.
It's all good. So as you settle into your base, right, nice and firm into the left foot, long through the right leg. Try to draw the right hip forward a bit, and then really organizing through the upper body, lifting up and out. One more full breath here. And then we're gonna open to a high twist. So with the back foot down, it makes the twist a little more difficult. Staying open in the arms and not coming into that prayer twist makes it a little easier. If you absolutely need, you can always pop up onto the ball of the back foot, and that's gonna drop the right hip forward a bit more. So if that seems to make sense in your body, you're always welcome to go there. Now, take your left hand, reach around for the right hip, and take a little lay back. This is a little flow I played with last night. Now, come forward, just really nice and slow. Reaching with the right hand, catch the right front corner of the mat. Lift the right leg, and then move into revolved half moon. So it's a little nicer if you take the right hand kind of off and out to the right, maybe even a little forward. It makes it like that little kickstand on a bicycle.
Not yet.
Totally. One more full breath in. And a full exhale. Take the gaze to the floor. You're going to step back and land with the right foot. Come up and open. Warrior two. Ah. Here we are. So settle in, nice long stance. Maybe even lift the toes so that you find the whole sole of the foot. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse. So as you reverse, if you like that little half bind, you can reach the right arm around, catch the top of the left hip. And then start to come long. So you're gonna, again, that slow motion, reaching left fingertips to the left front corner of the mat. You might, kind of hop the right foot in a little bit. You're gonna move into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So this way, hips are open, you're stacking right over left, right shoulder over left, reaching. We're here for a few breaths, so if you like that bind, coming into Chapasana, you can give a bend into the right leg, reach back, catch the foot. It's all right. For those of you who didn't get a chance to practice with us a lot online, when I first started, because I actually practice when I teach and I didn't before, they were making fun of me like, oh, so now you know what it really feels like. You don't hold this as long. Open up, release the hands down, find your little standing split. And then from here, hands are gonna plant, step back along with the right foot, left foot follows down dog. Oh, yay. Come forward to a high push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Take a nice full breath in, and a full exhale. And then take the right leg, reach it nice and long, bringing your right foot through. Step it to the top, left foot will spin down. Come up, warrior one. Yeah. So here we are, side two. Now you know what to expect, so let yourself settle in maybe a bit more. A little more depth. Really tapping into the breath, allowing that to bring a sense of calm, groundedness to your space. Now you can stay here with the foot down as we open into the twist. If it's better for you to, pop up onto the ball of the left foot, you can feel free to do so. Taking now the right arm, reaching behind for the top of the left hip. This little lay back, opening up through the heart, finding a little length into the left hip flexor. And then nice and slow, coming through, reaching for the left front corner of the mat, then standing into the right leg as you float the left leg up. If you kept that little half bind, you can use that to help check in to make sure that the hips square up to the mat. And then release the right arm to the sky. Find a little more twist in the torso as you move into your revolved half moon. Gaze down to the floor. It just helps with the transition. Step back long with the left foot. Bring yourself up and around. Warrior two. So in all of these standing postures, right, the strength, the depth, the longer the stance. More of a modification, you just shorten it up a little bit and don't come as deep into the knee. So whatever you need, let yourself sink into that space. And maybe play with it a little bit, if you find that you're always taking it like in the fullest form, because, if you're like me, I'm like trying to make the most out of my minutes. So sinking in, maybe today, just take it a little softer. See, right? Sometimes we resist that because it's not what we know or what we think we need. But our body is usually a little more telling than our mind. The mind likes to try to control, and our outside stimulus kind of tries to direct us. But if you get quiet in each of these postures and really let yourself feel what's engaged, what's not, what does it feel like, you can tap in better to what you need. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse. If you want that little half bind, bringing the left arm behind, catching the top of the right hip. Gaze where it's good. It can be up, out to the side, to the floor. And then you're going to come through nice and long, reaching for the right front corner of the mat, floating the left leg up, moving into half moon. Still have to play with these cameras. It seems like cutting my head off as I look at you all. Well, you get the gist of where we're going. If you want to add that little bind, you can move into Chapasana. I tell you, my granddaughter thinks it's so cool that I have this little light ring in the camera, and you know, she watches all those silly little YouTube videos with Ryan and Princess Adley, and so she likes to pretend then that she's a YouTuber as well. Creating a monster. Go ahead and release the bind, bring both hands down. You're moving into standing split. And as we progress with these too, you know, you can play with balance and standing splits by picking the hands up off the mat, grabbing hold of your ankle or calf. Keep the gaze down if you go there. It helps with maintaining balance. And then plant the hands if you lifted them up. Let's step back, left foot, right foot, spinning your way to down dog. And then from here, come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Take a nice full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Take the gaze to your hands, step or float to come to the top. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. And the knees, sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step yourself back, down dog. Take your left leg, reach it long. Step the left foot through. Right foot spins down, come up, warrior one. Open up to your high twist. Release the left hand behind so you can lay back. And then leading with the right hand, coming forward into your revolved half moon. From here, gaze down, step back, land both feet, and then open into warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Come through half moon, Ardha Shavasana. Full breath in. And then on your exhale, both hands down, standing split. Maybe a moment of balance. And then stepping yourself back. Down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. So your right leg, reach it long. And then bring the right foot through, left foot spins down, come up warrior one. Open to your high twist. Right hand will come around, catch the top of the left hip, take that little lay back, reach, and then staying long, come forward. Left hand, left front corner of the mat, revolves half moon. And as you twist, really reaching. And then step back, landing in warrior one, open warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Stay long, half moon, Ardha Shavasana. Full breath in, and then both hands down, standing split. Reach back long with the left foot, right foot follows, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full. In and out. Gaze to your hands, step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. One more time through. Exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift, plant the hands, step back, down dog. Take your left leg, reach it long, step through, come up, warrior one. Open to your high twist. Left hand will reach around, catch the right hip, take that lay back, opening, and then staying long, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Step back, land with the right foot, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Come through, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And then both hands down, standing split. Reach back long with the right foot, left foot follows, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Take your right leg, reach it long, and then step the right foot through, left foot spins down, come up, warrior one. Open into your high twist. Right arm reaches around, catch the left hip, lay back. Come through, reaching with the left hand, revolved half moon, Prasvita, Ardha Chandrasana. And then step back, come up, open up, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Come through, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Both hands down, standing split. Reach back long with your left foot, right foot follows, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Full breath in, and a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Gaze to the hands, step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana, and then come forward. So reach nice and long, like this little power chair. From here, hands will come into the heart, moving into your twist. I'm wobbly. Maybe you open. There can be a half bind, top arm reaching around to catch the top of the right hip. And then there also can be a bind, so if it's there, you can see if you can scoop the right arm under, but I've not been successful in this. This is Joanne's pose. It's shoulder rotation, it's length of arms, it's finding that right rotation in the torso. All right, inhale, back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, toe heel the feet. Ragdoll of your choice. I'm gonna take Gorilla. I'm gonna slide my hands under my feet. You can scoop up the big toes. You can grab opposite elbow. You can interlace fingertips behind. Wherever you land, try to just let gravity be your friend with the upper body. And then go ahead and release until heel your feet back together. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink in nice and deep. Come over the thighs. Stay long from here, twisting. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Working on stacking shoulders. And then once you're in it, if opening, reaching floor to ceiling makes sense, feel free. Sometimes for me, that just gives a little more freedom of breath. I don't feel quite as restricted. Maybe a half bind with the top arm. So you can start to work towards the bind in your body. And then come back up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Toe heel the feet. Maybe more of the same arm variation or something different if you like. And the interlace fingertips behind and sprints into my shoulders a bit. Release the hands. Toe heel the feet together. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up. Sweep up to the sky. And exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands. Step yourself back. Down dog. And then come forward to a high push-up. Stay here for a few breaths. So as you root in with the hands, you might try to pull them back towards your feet. As you press back through the heels, maybe try to draw them in towards the navel. That just re-solidifies that whole front body engagement. And then shift, bring yourself all the way down. All the way to the mat. Chin, cheek, or forehead. And then the other cheek down. Just evening out if that's where you went, otherwise forehead. A little more shoulder love. So interlace fingertips behind you so that they kind of come towards the small of the back or the tailbone. And then slowly start to lift the arms up as you start to squeeze the palms together. Float the heart up, and then if it's there, legs will come up. One more full breath in. And then exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Inhale. And a full exhale. Interlace fingertips. Start to draw the heart up, shoulders come in, legs float if that's good. One more full breath in. And then exhale. Lower, come all the way down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press yourself up and back. Down dog. From down dog, find your way onto your knees. So we're going to move into a knee stand, finding our way into camel. So you can leave toes curled under or feet flat. Hands are going to come just under the sit bones. Let the shoulders come together behind. Drop the chin in. So that just sets the cervical spine so we don't start to do anything wonky with the neck. Start from the top down. So let the head start to drop back. Gaze will come up to the ceiling. Shoulders squeeze in so the heart starts to float up more. Really active in the legs. Emma's trying to push the hips forward a bit. And then see how far you can go. So you start to lay back. Let the heart open. Your throat opens. Nice and slow up. And then sit back on the heels. You can always bring a block if you have that at home, if that's too much. If it's better to have toes curled under, to keep it a little taller, you can go there. Let the palms turn up, let your eyes close. So it's just that moment, especially after that back bend, for whatever reason, maybe because it just gives you the opportunity to really find some open space. And the opportunity to see, where we're a bit restricted. And so coming out of this one, a lot of times you can feel a little ooey. Sometimes people feel nauseous. Just letting that all settle. And then flutter the eyes open. You can just swing the legs around in front of you. We find our way into bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So as you come in, walk the feet in so you can graze your heels with your fingertips. That puts you in good alignment here. And then as you press in, the hips start to float up. Fingers can interlace under the body or arms can stay long alongside. And then just bring the shoulders together underneath just to support a bit more. And really active in the legs. So press in as firm as you can through the feet so that the body can rebound up. One more full breath in. And the exhale, lower, come all the way down. Full breath here. And a full exhale. So we're going to move into wheel if that's part of your practice. Otherwise, stay with bridge if that's best for you. If you're moving into wheel, you're going to set the hands just outside of the shoulders. Keep the elbows kind of squeezing in towards one another. Bridge, same as what we just did. Otherwise, pressing in with the feet, press in with the hands, and come up into a wheel. And then nice and slow, all the way down. Soles of the feet together, knees fall open, Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on the heart, one on the belly. Let your eyes close. And the knees will come together. Start to bring them in towards your heart. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then from here, happy baby. Catch the inside edges of the feet, pulling down as you press up. And then release the legs long, reach them up towards the sky, really flex through the feet, interlace fingertips behind the head and lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. So this is the low point. Draw the navel in towards your spine. You can even press the low back a bit into the mat. Really active through the legs and then just pulsing the heart up, little baby pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top and now just lifting the tailbone. So just trying to reach the feet up towards the sky. These little baby pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do both together. Squeezing into the top and then lowering down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, little squeeze. Some quick little abs in there. All right, so moving into upside down cow face. Take your right leg over the left. So you wrap in, like you cross legs if you're gonna sit in a cross-legged position in a chair. Reach down, grab hold of the feet, and then start to draw the knees in toward your chest. So the more you squeeze in, the more sensation. Keep the feet flexed. You can play with bringing them out to the side or maybe starting to draw the heels closer in towards the bum and just play with where maybe you have more sensation with that. And then go ahead and release, unwrapping a little windshield wiper of the knees in between sides. And then when it feels right, switching over, left leg's gonna come in front of right. So you tuck like the right knee behind the left, flex both feet, and then give that nice squeeze in. Play with what is the right amount of sensation. Right, and keeping in mind that suffering is optional. I know I've shared that Aaron Baptiste story probably a bazillion times, but you know, he was at one of his retreats in Costa Rica, and they're usually week long and had like really big practices, right? And so this woman always went to the same spot every day, and so she was practicing, she was always practicing right underneath the iguana, and the iguana would, you know, shit on her. So, and everybody's wearing these shirts, and all week she thought that the shirt said, suffering is optimal. So she kept going to the same spot. And then like the last night when everybody was together, she was like, had like this huge epiphany. She's like, oh my God, like all week I kept going to that same spot because I thought I was supposed to learn something. And then now I realize that your shirts say suffering is optional, right? So keeping that in mind. Sometimes we feel like, you know, we really have to go through the drudges to, you know, do our work, and sometimes that's necessary, but not always. Full breath in and a full exhale. Just like yourself drop in a few more breaths. And then go ahead and release. Take the feet to the outer edges of the mat, little windshield wiper of the knees. All right, so we have time for a little inversion. So from here, you can take legs straight up to the sky, Viparita Karani, right? This is just a nice little spot to be. Fairly gentle inversion. If shoulder stand is part of your practice, you can start to bring the hips up overhead. I usually go into plow first before I get there, so I can kind of get my shoulders underneath me, and then lifting the legs up. So if shoulder stand is there, you're welcome to. If you're in shoulder stand and want to drop the feet overhead, moving more into plow, you're welcome to. You can always bend the knees and rest them on the forehead too. That can be nice, little grounding. And then nice and slow, just rounding your way out. And then releasing the legs down to the mat. So if you moved into shoulder stand, we'll take a little fish pose. So you're gonna bring the hands under the sit bones, rock the shoulders together, liken it to that beach watching pose, right? So really lift the heart up, and then you're gonna drop the head back. And then slow all the way down. Take the arms out to a T, bring the knees in towards the chest, let them drop over to the left, take the gaze to the right. And the knees back through center. Letting them fall over to the right, gaze to the left. And then back through center. Give yourself one last little squeeze in. Maybe the nose and knees come together. And then when it feels right, just take up space. The legs come long. Arms rest alongside the body. The eyes close. And just utilizing the space in Shavasana to just let go, lay you to rest whatever this practice brought up, so that you can move through the rest of your day with fresh eyes. to deepen your breath. You can welcome a little movement back into your fingers and toes. And if it feels good for you to reach overhead, find some length, reaching long through the legs, just welcome that back in. When it feels right for you, your knees will find their way in towards your heart and moving on to your side body. With your eyes closed, coming up to a seated position, hands resting at heart center. Draw a nice full breath in and a full exhale. Full breath in and a full exhale. Inhale, draw your thumb knuckles up to your forehead, elbows wide, huge smile on your face and light in your heart. Inhale. And exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.